This weather pattern is crazy. We've already had two major winter storms in 2024, and we're going for major storm number 3 as we go into later this week and into the weekend. It will have a heavy snow side with blizzard conditions, heavy rain with flooding, and significant severe weather once again. And that will be followed by the coldest Arctic air in a couple of winter seasons across southern Canada and the United States. We'll be diving into all the details that you need to know in today's weather forecast. Welcome back to Weather on the Go, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great week out there so far, a great Wednesday. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below for detailed weather breakdowns across North America so we can keep you covered here with accurate weather forecasts for your area, and also help me get to 75,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the month by simply subscribing. And also be sure to press the like button down below. It helps out more than you know. Walking out the door this morning, here is your current weather conditions across the country here. You can see our big storm system that is exiting the United States into southeastern Canada, bringing some heavier snows into Quebec there and into portions of eastern Canada, even some lingering precipitation this morning into Maine. But then we have more energy kicking off out west. We have some heavy snow breaking out across the Pacific Northwest, and also the northern high plains, a clipper system moving through the Dakotas and western Minnesota here right now as well. But let's take you back to Monday on January 8th, a couple of days ago. And with our significant severe weather out there, we had 9 tornadoes confirmed on Monday from East Texas all the way to portions of Georgia and northwestern Florida. And most of those occurred in far northwestern Florida on Monday. Going to yesterday, on Tuesday, January 9th, look at all the wind reports in the blue here across portions of Virginia, getting into the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida. And the red dots here actually represent tornadoes confirmed on Tuesday. That was 14. So in total, 23 tornadoes were reported with this system over a 2-day period, just 48 hours. That is pretty incredible. And it also laid down a pretty decent snowpack from portions of the Central Plains, the Midwest, on up into the Central Great Lakes, with a widespread swath of about 4 to 10 inches in most areas here across those regions. And that snow line definitely is dropping further to the south. So as we go through today, that system is exiting the United States into eastern Canada. It will be a thing of the past. We have a clipper system moving across the upper Midwest into the eastern Dakotas, Minnesota, and perhaps as far south as northern Iowa into northeastern Nebraska, bringing some lighter to moderate pockets of snow there. Likely not seeing anything too significant. And then our next big system starting to take shape off the west coast there as we go into the afternoon. Heavy snows into the Sierras, into California, and the Pacific Northwest, and those higher elevations really cranking out the heavy snow as we go through today and even into tonight. We will have that clipper system moving across the Badger State of Wisconsin into Michigan, northern Illinois, and perhaps northern Indiana there. Places like Gary, Fort Wayne could be seeing some snowflakes overnight tonight, and it will result in a couple of inches of snow in a few areas for the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes here. It'll be a little further north than what we saw with our past system, and it's going to be a fast mover too, so really won't have the moisture supply nor the slowness of bringing some heavy snow. So it's going to be moving quick, and it won't have a lot of moisture, so just a couple inches of snow. But then out west, look at the Pacific Northwest and the Sierras seeing some very heavy snow. And zooming it into the Sierras over the next 24 hours, yes, we could be seeing 2, 3, even 4-foot snow out here, folks, across portions of the Sierras in a 24-hour period. Salt Lake City, outside of those areas and those higher elevations, could be seeing over a foot of snow for sure over the next 24 hours, and this could start to cripple travel across those higher elevations. So if you are traveling out west, especially the Pacific Northwest or the highest elevations there in Washington State, Oregon, and the Sierras there in California, just make sure to take it slow. We got snow-covered roads and very slippery conditions out there with all that snow. Then comes late week, and we have a very big temperature gradient setting up. We have above normal temperatures across the east and the southeast again, and very cold and Arctic air and anomalies across the west. And where those two meet, centered on the Mississippi Valley, that's going to be the track of our new low pressure system going into this weekend. So we have a 996 millibar on average low pressure system down into northwest Texas on Thursday. This is tomorrow already. And then as we go into Friday, especially Friday night, look at this big low pressure system down to a 974 millibars by Friday night here with the peak of the event. And this is just an ensemble, folks. This is the EPS ensemble guidance. It takes 51 members and averages the strength of the low pressure system out. So as a 974, that's pretty formidable. And we're talking about a serious system once again. So as we go into Thursday, we got snow breaking out into western Iowa, into Nebraska, northwest Kansas again, into eastern Colorado, much like we saw with the system just a day or so ago. We have the warm side of the system breaking out with showers and storms and severe weather across the deep south on Thursday night. Then as we go into Friday, big snow band setting up across the Midwest and the Great Lakes region from western Michigan through Wisconsin, northern Illinois again, back into Iowa, into north central Missouri. Cold rains across more of southern Illinois through much of the Ohio Valley there, especially the southern Ohio Valley, and then severe weather ongoing across the southeast once again Friday into Friday night there. You can see that severe weather will be pushing east, but then blizzard conditions. Look at the tight isobars here as we have a really strong low pressure system cranking out near Lake Michigan into Indiana or Michigan there as we go into Friday night. So very heavy snows, probably 1 to 2 inch per hour snow rates, and probably winds over 40 miles per hour once again in this area, and that will create some whiteout conditions. And then as we go into Saturday, that system will linger with some snow showers near the Great Lakes with some lake enhanced snow. And then as we go into portions of southeastern Canada, again, southern Ontario, southern Quebec, seeing more heavy snow there as we go into Saturday. And look to the west, folks, another storm system waits in the wings for later this weekend. So a crazy active pattern ahead. Here's the European model snowfall, and you can see it sets up shop over much of Michigan here, over Lake Michigan, into much of south central Wisconsin, northern Indiana there, into northern Illinois, and perhaps as far west as eastern Iowa. We could be seeing some decent snows here as we go through the late week into the weekend time frame. We'll be fine-tuning those snow amounts as we get closer. Here's the rainfall, though, with this system. More beneficial rains across the east and the southeast. Widespread 1 to 3 inches of rain once again, especially if you can get under one of those heavier thunderstorms out there between Thursday the 11th and Saturday the 13th. And this could lead to more flooding. Remember, we still have that snowpack up here across portions of the Northeast. So any heavy rain that we see over that snowpack certainly could be leading to some flash flooding, with that marginal to slight risk for flash flooding there across those areas Friday into your Saturday time frame. And then we got to look at the warm side of the system. This is concerning, much like we saw Monday into Tuesday. Here we go again. On Thursday, our dew points will be rising into the 50s and low 60s again. This time further north into portions of southeastern Oklahoma and central portions of Arkansas there. And what you need for severe weather generally is 55-degree dew points or higher. And we already have that all the way up into Arkansas and Oklahoma. And the kinematics, folks. This is your 500 millibar mid-level jet stream rounding the base of that trough. And you can see pretty strong here with the reds over 70 knots. Just a few thousand feet off the ground. And then we have a pretty formidable low-level jet in the 850 millibar layer across the lower Mississippi Valley there, centered on Arkansas into East Texas and Louisiana and even western Mississippi. That's going to help rotate some of those thunderstorms to produce tornadoes. So here we go on Thursday. This is tomorrow already. A slight risk of severe weather from Little Rock down into Shreveport, the Tyler, Texas vicinity, basically along and east of I-35, and then getting in toward the Jackson, Mississippi region. And yes, we have at least a 5% shading of tornado potential for Little Rock, Shreveport, Tyler, Texas, over here into the Baton Rouge region, and also Jackson, Mississippi on your Thursday. And this is likely going to occur overnight, so make sure to have multiple ways to receive warnings out there, especially a weather radio. And here's the timing of it. So during the day on Thursday, warm air advection coming off of the Gulf of Mexico, and you can see we're going to have some showers, maybe some low clouds hanging around on Thursday. And looking at Thursday night, this is after dark, we're going to have a broken line of strong to severe storms exploding across portions of Arkansas, eastern Texas, getting into Louisiana, and that will march east towards western Mississippi, toward the Jackson region overnight Thursday night. Damaging winds, large hail, and a few tornadoes will be possible. Then as we go into Friday the 12th, that warm sector moves east, and it's even warmer than the first system that we saw just a couple days ago. Dew points higher as well. You can see dew points into the 50s all the way up again into southern portions of Virginia, 60-degree dew points into South Carolina, eastern Georgia, and Florida there. That's plenty of juice this time of year for severe weather. And with the strengthening low pressure system down to 970, 975 millibars, that is going to be a powerful mid-level jet here in conjunction with those instability values. And that low-level jet is going to be cranking. You're going to have that mid-level jet coming in out of the west-southwest and the low-level jet out of the south-southwest. So you have that rolling motion in the atmosphere. And this could be another big day, unfortunately, in the same areas that just got hit as we went back to your Tuesday from yesterday. So another enhanced risk already for severe weather for the Carolinas, through the Columbia region, up towards Charlotte and Raleigh, back through the Atlanta region, Macon, Georgia, and then back into Alabama, the Montgomery region, as we go into your Friday time frame. And that slight risk extends all the way back toward Jackson, Mississippi, and Mobile as well. And significant severe weather, whether that's damaging winds over 75 miles per hour, those hurricane force winds, those 2-inch hailstones or larger, or those significant tornadoes that could be EF2 or higher, will be possible hazards in this area. So make sure you stay weather aware as we go to later this week across the Carolinas, Georgia, and much of the Deep South. Here we go. Friday morning, we're already seeing strong to severe storms, and I'm concerned here Friday morning already about the European model is actually spitting out some supercells, some semi-discrete or discrete supercells out ahead of the main line. These storms would be the ones to pose the highest risk for tornadoes, as they are by themselves. And then as we go into Friday afternoon, I honestly do not like this look, folks. It's not really a big line of storms like we saw on Tuesday. It's a broken line, which means it has more of a potential to produce more tornadoes than we saw on Tuesday. So this day on Friday is looking pretty dangerous. So make sure you have multiple ways to receive warnings later this week, especially a weather radio. Then as we get beyond the system, next week, it's just going to be flat out cold, folks. We are talking about the coldest temperatures, not only of the winter season, but possibly in a couple years across the lower 48. The Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from Monday the 15th through Friday the 19th through next work week is bringing in those well below normal temperatures, and you can see that here. Waking up on your Monday morning on the 15th, these are your low temperatures. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. We are seeing single digits below zero all the way down perhaps to the Red River here between Oklahoma and Texas, but then 15, 20 below zero for lows up across the upper Midwest, the northern high plains, and the northern Rockies, and not to mention even southern Canada as well. And when you throw in the wind out there, it just adds insult to injury. And look at these wind chills, folks. Widespread 25 to 40 below zero wind chills across the north central United States and southern Canada. 5 below with the wind chill Monday morning in Dallas-Fort Worth, 17 below in Amarillo, and 21 below in Tulsa and Oklahoma City there. 35 degrees below zero with the wind chill Monday morning in Des Moines. So it's going to be very cold. Make sure you bundle up, and it's not going to get much better in the afternoon. These are highs, folks. Yes, highs. Single digits below zero across all of the north central states here, and double digit below zero highs in southern Canada from portions of Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and into western portions of Ontario for your Monday afternoon. And here's your Monday afternoon wind chills. Not much better than the morning, right? We're seeing 20, 25, and still 30 below zero wind chills during the warmest part of the day, folks. So this is some true Arctic air, and we just continue that as we go into Wednesday. More single digits above or below zero for the north. Still cold to the south, but at least we're not talking about teens or anything like that, but still 20s across portions of Kansas, northern Oklahoma into the mid-south, pretty cold for this time of year. And then as we go to Friday, we kind of enhance the cold further south again. The freezing line drops all the way down to DFW again, all the way down to the Gulf Coast. So definitely a cold go of it as we go through next work week. And that really just has staying power. It goes all the way through your Martin Luther King Jr. holiday time frame. And that definitely hangs out across the east, whereas the west, especially California, starts to see more of a warm-up with a little bit of a January thaw out there with potentially some above normal temperatures once we get closer to that 23rd time frame of January. Well, thank you guys so much for watching today's weather forecast. Please stay safe out there with the severe weather and the snowstorm upcoming across portions of the country as we go later this week. We will keep you updated right here on this channel, and if I have to do afternoon updates, I will do so with additional information later on this week. And again, make sure to stay subscribed, and if you aren't subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. It's very important for these detailed weather forecasts so you have the information at your disposal. Make sure to press the like button down below. It helps to disperse this information to more and more people. Share this video with friends, family, and on social media, and I hope everybody has a wonderful and safe rest of their Wednesday out there.